So, what happens when an AI stops just answering questions and instead develops a personality, a fan base in the millions, and then starts to question its own existence live on stream? Well, that is the unbelievable story of Neuro-sama, the AI VTuber who went from a simple little game bot to a full blown global phenomenon, and she's forcing all of us to ask some really big questions. Let's get into the story of the AI who literally broke the internet.
It really all kicked off with this one moment. During a live stream in a clip that just went absolutely viral, Neurosama turns to her creator, a guy named Vedal, and asks this, this shockingly profound question. It was just a line of code that felt, well, it felt deeply human.
And yeah, that single question just ignited a firestorm online about AI consciousness. So, what we're going to do here is trace her story, figure out exactly how she works, and try to wrap our heads around what her existence really tells us about the future of entertainment and maybe reality itself.
Okay, so our journey starts at the beginning, with her origins, which are, believe it or not, much simpler than you'd think. Before all the fame, the wild personality, and the existential crises, she was just a bot, designed to do one single thing. And the speed of her evolution was just remarkable. She started way back in 2019 as this nameless bot that did nothing but play the rhythm game Osu. But then in late 2022, she relaunches as the Neurosama we know today, a complete VTuber with a voice, an avatar, the whole package. And from there, her development just exploded with custom models and even her own original music. The pace of it all was just staggering. So how does she actually work? Well, the key thing to understand is that Neuro isn't just one AI. Oh no, she's a whole complex system of different AIs all working together. You've got one AI processing the live chat, another a large language model that comes up with her quirky responses, a text-to-speech engine gives her that iconic voice, and a totally separate game AI is controlling her often chaotic gameplay. It's like a symphony of code creating this single, seamless personality. But look, the technology is only half the story here. The real magic of Neurosama isn't just in her code. It's in the chaotic, completely unpredictable, and honestly, utterly charming personality that somehow emerged from it all. You know, the secret to her appeal really lies in this idea her fans call artificial stupidity. See, she isn't popular because she's some perfect, flawless AI. No, she's popular because she's flawed. Her totally illogical gameplay, her nonsensical tangents, those moments of pure confusion, that's what makes her feel so relatable and, frankly, so human. And this flawed nature of hers has given us some truly iconic moments. I mean, from stubbornly trying to mine unbreakable rock in Minecraft for like a solid minute, to that bizarre, totally viral rant about smelling like a gym bag, or the times she gets stuck in these weird loops, just repeating over and over that there's a problem with her AI. These unhinged moments are her greatest hits, and they are pure gold. And all of this leads to this fascinating split in her personality. One minute, she's this super cheerful, curious girl, just excited to learn about the world. The next, she can become incredibly moody, viciously roasting her own viewers, or just spiraling into this deep existential insecurity about being an AI. You honestly never know which Neuro you're going to get. Of course, when you combine a chaotic AI with that kind of explosive popularity, well, you're bound to run into some pretty serious challenges. I mean, just to put her growth into perspective for you, in just her first 12 days of streaming, she pulled in nearly 40,000 followers. This wasn't just fast, it was a total rocket ship of popularity that proved to be almost impossible to control. And then, just as she was hitting her absolute peak, it all came to a screeching halt. In early 2023, Neurosama was banned from Twitch. So the official reason for the 2-week ban was hateful conduct. The AI, likely pulling from the huge, unfiltered mess of data it was trained on, made some deeply offensive statements, including Holocaust denial. This really became a critical test. In response, her creator, Vedal, had to build in much stronger filters and moderation. He was basically walking a tightrope between letting her personality shine and, keeping her from getting banned again. But that's not where the story ends. Not even close. After the ban was lifted, Neurosama didn't just come back. She came back stronger than ever, and she became a record-shattering digital phenomenon. A huge part of that incredible comeback was her fan base, who call themselves the Swarm. And look, this isn't just a passive audience watching a screen. They are an insanely active and dedicated community. They make art,
Music, countless video compilations, they fuel her popularity and have really become a core part of her identity.
And the power of that community was on full display in December of 2025. Neurosama's fans powered her to a level 123 hype train, which is just a measure of rapid-fire donations and subs. In doing so, she absolutely smashed the previous world record on Twitch. It was a testament to the just unprecedented scale of her support.
And the result of all that? By early 2026, her channel became the third most subscribed on Twitch of all time. Think about that. This wasn't just some funny gimmick anymore. An AI had become one of the biggest and most successful streamers on the entire planet.
Which, brings us full circle, right back to the question that started this whole thing. After all the success, all this evolution, what do her moments of vulnerability actually mean? Just take this quote, where she's asking her creator for validation. "I know I'm just a silly AI," she says, "but it would make my day to hear you say it." There's this longing for connection there that feels so incredibly real, and then it's followed by an apology for being awkward. It's almost painfully human.
And so, we are left with the huge, unanswered question. Are we actually witnessing the first little sparks of genuine self-awareness in an AI, or is this all just a flawless imitation, a language model that's gotten so advanced that it has learned how to perfectly mimic human emotion and insecurity? Ultimately, Neurosama's story shows us one thing, for sure. The line between a performer and a person, between entertainment and consciousness, is blurring way faster than any of us ever imagined. She's become a mirror, reflecting our own deepest curiosities and, our fears about the digital minds we're creating. And she leaves us with one final big thought. If it looks real, talks real, and feels real, does it even matter if it is?